Tonight on the edge, a fiery crash at the Macomb County Courthouse.
Yeah, a vehicle crashed into this building this evening, and sadly that driver died. Fox 2's Dave Spencer joins us live at the scene. Now, Dave, you talked to the sheriff earlier. What did he have to say about all this?
Yeah, he said what happened here is nothing short of tragic. This all occurred at 7:25. That's when a driver going northbound on Gratiot crashed into the courthouse. We're talking about the cement wall and the stairs right in front of the courthouse. Behind me, you could see they still have the road blocked off here at Crocker and Jefferson. In fact, the tow truck has just arrived on scene because the vehicle that crashed at 7:30 and erupted in a giant fireball is still right in front of the courthouse there over on Gratiot on the northbound lanes. This is a straight shot that approaches that courthouse. What likely happened, according to witnesses who told the sheriff, is that this car was gaining speed, going faster and faster as it approached the courthouse. Then it crossed over into oncoming traffic, missing any vehicles there, jumping up over the sidewalk right into the stairs and the cement wall, where it ignited in a fireball upon impact, killing the driver. Thankfully, nobody else was inside that vehicle. Nobody else was on the sidewalk or anything to that, so there were no other injuries. Police have been spending some time here trying to comb the area. A lot of government buildings here. They're looking to see if any of the cameras may have captured exactly what happened. They are also asking for some witnesses to come forward with any sound or with any idea as to what may have happened. Here's the sheriff talking about what will likely happen from here on out.
Once we're done with our investigation and getting what we need and getting the vehicle out of here, they'll come in and make sure that everything's structurally sound. And speaking to the county exec, it looks like everything, business as usual tomorrow will be.
And in the meantime, this courthouse is treated as a crime scene. It's wrapped in tape. Again, you heard the sheriff there. They hope to be business as usual tomorrow. I just mentioned that the tow truck is here on scene, so they hopefully will have this scene wrapped up. And again, anyone with information is asked to come forward to the Macomb County Sheriff's Department. Reporting live in downtown Mount Clemens, Dave Spencer on the Edge.
Dave, I know it is still early, but any indication of how fast that car started on fire? I mean, did the driver have a chance? Did anybody have a chance to get involved to help?
No, I mean, this came in as a car explosion. That's what the 911 call came in. So you can imagine how fast you would have to be going when you collide with that cement wall and then ignite in that fireball. And I know that there was many people around here broke out that camera phone and started recording those videos. And the sheriff wants to see as many of those as he can so they could try to piece this all together. They also told us that somebody was walking down the sidewalk just seconds prior to that vehicle crossing over and colliding into that wall. So obviously could have been much worse here.
Our thoughts with that victim's family tonight. Thanks so much, Dave.
Also on the edge tonight in Melvindale, Fox 2 crews came upon another vehicle into a building. This Chrysler 300 crashed into an apartment building on Outer Drive at Harlow. We're told the driver suffered a medical emergency. Thankfully, there weren't any serious injuries to that driver, but as you can see here, the damage to that building is extensive.
Knowing what we know about the period of construction and how this building was constructed, it didn't seem like catastrophic damage.
The Eastern Market building that partially collapsed over the weekend might not be demolished after all. Preservationists have convinced the city to reconsider those plans. When the building on Russell crumbled, it was quickly deemed unsafe, but the structure has been around since 1897 and it's considered historical. We're told that the owner will need to present a viable plan to stabilize the building for the city to sign off on the preservation.
No justice! No justice! No justice!
Stellantis workers chanting "No justice, no Jeeps" in a practice picket in front of the automaker's headquarters in Auburn Hills as the UAW continues negotiations with the Big Three.
Meanwhile, in Wayne, a semi carrying parts is stopped by picketers shouting "scab" as the driver attempted to enter the property at the Ford Michigan assembly plant in Wayne. We are closing in on a deadline. UAW President Shawn Fain says more workers will walk off unless progress is made.
Yeah, so what does that look like and who could be next? Fox 2's Dave Kinchin has been covering the auto talks for weeks now, and he's here now with the very latest. Dave.
A whole new level of holding the line at Ford Michigan Assembly in Wayne on day 6 of the UAW's targeted strike against the Big Three. Their efforts to block this supplier rig is just one aspect of their fight for higher pay raging on.
We just trying to get what we deserve, you know?
Union boss Shawn Fain setting the deadline of Friday at noon for the Big Three to either strike up an acceptable deal or face strikes at more facilities around the country.
We at the Big Three, okay? Just, work with us. United, we stand. Local 900. Yes.
I want him to do the right thing. I want a good working living wage. I'm a single mom, and I should be able to look at my son and say, hey, let's go out to eat tonight. Hey, you know what? You want to go camping this weekend? And right now I can't.
Ford reached a tentative agreement with Unifor, the union representing 5,600 Canadian auto workers, but UAW members at Ford Assembly are skeptical.
It's a lot less than what we got out here, you see. So, I mean, every contract's different for every different company, so you can't really look at that. I can't look at UPSs and think that I'm going to get exactly what they want, but they do give me a blueprint to try to fight for what I want.
I mean, I heard a little something. Can't really discuss too much, because, we not in Canada, we right here. We just fight for what we got to do right here.
Do you think that could be a sign of things moving in the right direction?
Maybe, hopefully. I mean, hopefully.
Meanwhile, the ripples continue with Stellantis saying they're going to lay off 68 workers at the Toledo machining plant in Ohio due to storage constraints. That's followed by another 300 workers to be pink-slipped at transmission and casting facilities in Indiana. Stellantis blaming it all on the UAW.
They're scared. That's how I look at it. They're just scared. Sooner or later, it's not like we can't strike those plants anyway, right? So I just feel like they're just trying to do their moves to try to save them some loot because they don't know how long they're going to be stuck.
UAW President Shawn Fain has said their efforts with the targeted strike is designed to keep the Big Three guessing. And you have to wonder, with the Stellantis move, the layoffs, is this and the layoffs that Ford had here at the Michigan Assembly plant a way of the Big Three keeping the union guessing? The brinksmanship continues. We'll keep you updated as that Friday deadline takes place. In Wayne, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
A date night in Dearborn leads to the shocking death of a beloved business owner.
29-year-old Hassan Salami was killed during a robbery as he left a sushi restaurant with his girlfriend last night. The couple was leaving that sushi restaurant on Ford Road known as Sushi Co. This happened around 9:30 when Hassan was shot 3 times. It appears he was targeted for his pricey car, a Mercedes G-Wagon. Police were quick to take 2 suspects into custody today, and they shared the moment they busted the suspected killers. Now, Salami managed a florist in Dearborn. It's been in his family for 30 years. He planned on proposing to his girlfriend next month.
Sad. It's sad today how people will get rid of you over a necklace.
They're well known, lots of family, do so many events here, Dearborn, Farmington, everywhere.
You know, as a Muslim, I'm supposed to forgive them, but I'm gonna tell you honestly, at this point, I don't forgive. I hope they give him 8,000 years.
We're told tonight police are looking for one more suspect.
I think them apprehending her, I think possibly more facts will come out.
One step closer to justice. A woman is now charged in connection to the death of Mia Canoe. You may remember back in June, the body of the 23-year-old Tennessee State University student was found on Providence Drive in Southfield. It appears she jumped out of the car. Today, the driver, 23-year-old Kentia Fern, is charged with leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death, as well as operating a vehicle while intoxicated. She faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted. Shocking news out of Macomb County tonight.
2 sheriff's deputies now facing criminal charges for an altercation while arresting a minor. This happened back on August 30th. Deputies Derek Reed and Alan Weir were assigned to bring the teen to the Juvenile Justice Center. That was during the arrest for a probation violation. Investigators say Reed slapped the teen. He's charged with child abuse. Weir is accused of willful neglect of duty.